Welcome to Yoga Community. This is going to be a flow class for about 45 minutes. If you need any block or bolster or prop, feel free to grab it before we start. We're going to start on our backs. So coming down to your back, find a nice spot where your back is flat, and we're going to hug our right knee into our chest. Just hold the knee close into the body. And as you're holding the knee into the body, begin to cultivate a slow breath deep into the whole body. Allow the belly to rise and fall. If you're familiar with the Ujjayi breath and you are accustomed to using it in your practice, slight restriction in the back of the throat, feel free to engage that now, inhaling through the nose. A few breaths on the back, centering. As the breath slows, feel the body settling into the floor. Feel the mind settling into the practice. Hugging both knees into the chest, taking a breath in. And as you exhale, hug them in a little closer. And extending that right leg onto the floor, letting it just be calm, no flexion in the foot. Allow the body to settle in on this side, using the breath. Inhaling, the belly lifts. Exhale, belly falls. Allow yourself to arrive here, drawing your thoughts to this space, letting go of the to-do lists, all the items that need to be checked off the box. And inhale both knees into the center. Exhale, hugging them into the body. Maybe sway side to side just a little bit. Feel the back caress the floor. We're going to extend the left leg. Take the right leg straight up to the sky and use your hands. You can interlace the fingers if you like, holding the back of the thigh, the back of the right thigh, and flex those toes towards the knee, towards the body as you extend the leg up to the sky. You can stay here if you like. You can begin to pull the leg closer to the body, keeping that leg straight and feeling the back of the leg open. And then take the feet. We're going to roll the ankles, so point the toe and roll them counterclockwise and clockwise. And then bend the knee. We're going to take the outside of the foot. We're going to pull that knee towards the floor. If you can't quite get the foot, you can still just hold the back of the thigh. Take the left hand and we're just going to gently support the top of the left thigh with the hand, pulling that right knee towards the floor. Maybe out to the side just a little bit. Find that breath. And bring the leg back to center, straight up to the sky, flexing the toe. Drive that heel up towards the ceiling. And then take both knees, hugging them into the chest. And straightening the right leg onto the floor. Left leg extends up to the sky. Gently grasp the back of the left thigh as you drive that heel up towards the ceiling, flexing the toes. Feel the sacrum settle into the mat. And then begin to draw the left leg closer to the chest, keeping it straight. You're going to point the toe, start to rotate the toes, drawing circles in clockwise and counterclockwise direction. Breathe into the back of the leg, draw that breath into the body. And bend the left knee, grab the outside of the left foot, drawing the knee towards the floor or holding the back of the thigh if you can't reach the foot. And breathing deeply as you draw the knee towards the floor. Right hand can rest gently on top of the right thigh. And then take that left leg straight up to the sky, drive the heel up towards the ceiling, and hug both knees into the chest. Hugging them in tight as you exhale. And then gently roll onto one side. We're going to press all the way up to a seated position. In an easy pose with the legs crossed, we're just going to take a moment to ground through our sit bones and inhale, reach the arms up to the sky. We're going to twist to the left as you exhale, take the right hand to the outside of the left knee, left hand behind you at the base of the spine. Inhale, lengthen through the crown of the head, and as you exhale, deepen into the twist. And as you deepen into the twist, allow the breath to deepen as well. Keep that breath full, that belly expands. Often in a twist, we might find our breath becomes shorter. If you feel that the breath is restricted, maybe back out of the twist a little bit till you regain that fullness of the breath. And once you regain that breath, begin to go a little deeper into the pose. Maybe gazing over that left shoulder. Inhale, both arms sweep up to the sky. Exhale, switching to the opposite side. Again, that left hand to the outside of that right knee. Lengthen with the inhale through the spine, through the crown of the head, and exhale, gazing over the right shoulder behind you. Inhale, both arms up to the sky. And placing the hands down onto the floor, coming into hands and knees. We'll inhale, lower the belly for cat-cow. Exhaling, rounding the back. Tuck the tail, tuck the chin. Lift up from that space between the shoulder blades up to the ceiling. Inhale, lower the belly, lengthen through the crown. And exhale, round the back, tuck the chin. Inhale, lower the belly, lengthen through the crown. And on the exhale, curl the toes under. We're going to lift the hips, downward facing dog. Walking out the dog, let's take one leg, bending the knee, keeping the other straight, alternating, bicycling the legs. Come to a stillness in your down dog. Extend through the arms, really reach through, finding that height in the hips. Spread the fingers wide, the index, middle finger pointing towards the front of the mat, and even pressure in the palms, all through the thumb and through the base of the index finger, pressing down into the mat. If you find that the back is bowed and the chest is dipping down towards the earth, more than a straight back, let's draw those ribs back and create that length. Nice straight back. And then notice the tailbone. You can play a little bit here. Let's bend the knees slightly, extend the tailbone up like in cat-cow, and then try to tuck the tailbone and see how that affects our stretch, how that affects the alignment. Just notice that. And as you extend the tailbone up a little bit, come up onto the tiptoes in downward facing dog, and then begin to straighten the back out. Allow those heels to fall towards the floor. If they don't reach, that's absolutely fine. Inhale, hands and knees. Lower the knees down to the floor, lower the belly, untuck the toes. And as you exhale, round the back and sit the heels back, or the bottom back towards the heels. Extend the arms out forward so the elbows are lifted up off of the mat. Reach those fingertips as far forward as you can. And then walk the hands to the left. Take the left hand over, maybe place the right hand over the top of the left. Sink that right hip towards the floor and feel that opening in the side body. And take the hands to the center of the mat and all the way across to the right. Left hand on top of the right hand. Sink that left hip down towards the floor. And inhale, hands come to the center. We're going to take the elbows to the floor this time. Lift the hands up off the mat and take the palms together. We're going to drop the forehead towards the mat and take the palms and place them at the nape of the neck. Breathe into the lower back, allow the ribs to expand. Draw that breath down as far as you can, feeling those floating ribs expand. Feeling the lower back expand, the skin of the lower back expands as the breath fills the abdomen. Interlace the fingers and begin to roll the wrists, both directions. Good. Take the palms together in prayer. Rest them at the nape of the neck. Take another breath. And place the hands on the mat, coming back to hands and knees. Inhale, lower the belly, lengthen through the crown. Exhale, tuck the toes under, lift the hips. Gazing between the hands, we're going to slowly, inch by inch, walk the feet towards the front of the mat. Allow the body to dangle here so you can have your feet hip distances apart. We're going to try to shift our weight so that our hips are above our heels, so that our
Whole leg is in alignment, nice straight line. So you might have to use a little bit of that balance in the toes. Remember, bend the knees slightly and grab opposite elbows. Allow the head to hang. If you need to bend your knees a little bit more, feel free. You want to feel a little bit of a stretch, but we don't want to create discomfort. Continuing that deepness in the breath. And then maybe sway gently, slowly side to side. Allowing those arms to drop, head drops heavy towards the floor. Good, and keeping those knees bent, we're gonna let go of the elbows. Inhale, roll up slowly, keeping that back nice and slowly rolling. Last to come up is the crown of the head. Draw the shoulders back. Shoulder blades come towards one another, lacing up. Lengthen through the crown, lift the chin slightly. We're going to draw the chin back, not down towards the chest, but back, so the crown of the head is in line with the tail. Then the stacking of the bones. Find that breath, Ujjayi breath. Staying with the feet hips distance apart or looking down, draw the big toes together and allow the heels to have slight separation between them. Surya Namaskar, A. Inhale, reach the arms up to the sky. Exhale, folding forward, bowing down towards the earth. Inhale, flat back, either fingertips on the floor or hands on the shins. Draw the shoulders back. Exhale, place the hands on the floor and step both feet back. Dropping down onto the knees. Exhale, a little modified chaturanga. Drop the chest down towards the floor, the bottom stays lifted. Inhale, we're coming onto our bellies for a little baby cobra. Extend through the toes, feel the tops of the feet press on the floor, and then curling the toes, pressing up with the knees on the floor, downward facing dog. Ujjayi breath or just full breaths. Shake the head yes and no. Good. Lengthen through the crown towards the floor, pressing into the hands. The whole spine is long and strong. Look between the hands. We're going to walk the feet forward. And then exhaling as you fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Bend those knees, reverse swan dive, reaching the arms, sweeping them out to the side, up to the sky. Exhale, palms together, down to the heart. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, your flat back. Exhale, placing the hands down on the mat. You can hop back or you could step back, however you like. Lower down into chaturanga. You can drop the knees as before or lower all the way down. Then we're still going to come all the way down to the floor though. Inhale, baby cobra. Draw the shoulders back, lengthen through the spine. Curl the toes under, pressing strong core either through the knees or up through a plank all the way back to downward facing dog. Find your down dog. In this down dog, we're going to shift our weight into the left foot and inhale, fly that right leg up to the sky. Square the hips to begin with. Press into the hands. Draw that chest back towards that left upper thigh. Point the toes. We're going to inhale, open that right hip. Draw that right hip up over the left and extend that right leg up a little bit higher. On your exhale, slowly lower that right foot down to the floor. Inhale, shifting the weight into the right foot. Take the left foot up to the sky. Square the hips to begin with. Find that length through the arms, through the spine, all the way extending through that left leg. And then as you inhale, open that left hip, stack it above that right. Lift the left leg a little higher. Use that breath. And exhale, left foot down to the floor. Looking between the hands, you can either hop the feet forward to the front of the mat or step, however you like. Exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees slightly. Inhale, reverse swan dive, reaching up. Exhale, palms down to the heart. Another variation, Surya Namaskar. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, folding forward. And draw that breath in, and as you draw that in, lift the heart. Exhale, take the hands down to the floor. We're going to take the right leg back, keeping the left foot forward in a high lunge. Inhale, lift the heart, lift the crown. Exhale, press the hands into the floor. We're going to take the left foot back, lower down, chaturanga. This time we're going to come all the way up into upward facing dog. If it's not available, feel free to stay with the cobra. Strong core, lift the belly, strong core. Exhale, back to downward facing dog. Inhale, float that right leg up to the sky. Exhale, look in between the hands. We're going to press into the hands, keep those shoulders lifted, and draw that right foot forward between the hands. Inhale, lift the gaze. Exhale, step the left foot forward to the front of the mat as you fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Bending the knees slightly, reverse swan dive, reaching the hands up to the heavens. Exhale, hands down to the heart. Inhale, arms sweeping up high. Exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, take the hands down to the floor, stepping the left foot back this time. Inhale, lift the heart, lift the gaze. Hands press into the floor, stepping the right foot back into plank, slowly lowering as you exhale, chaturanga. Take the knees down if you need to. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, strong core, press into the hands. Use that core strength to lift the hips as you draw it back into downward facing dog. Exhaling. Few centering breaths here. Inhale, that left foot reaches up to the sky. As you exhale, look between the hands, shift the shoulders forward, press into the shoulders, find that height and step that left foot forward. Inhale, lift the heart, lift the gaze. Exhale, right foot steps forward to meet the left as you fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Reverse swan dive. Inhale, reaching high. Exhale, palms together, down to the heart. Inhale, we're going to take the arms up. We're going to fold forward as you exhale. Inhale, that flat back. Great. Looking forward. Exhale, place the hands down to the floor. We're going to step that right foot back and staying in a high lunge with the hands on the floor. Inhale, looking forward. Exhale, drop that right knee down to the floor. Uncurl the toes. We're going to take both hands and place them on that left knee, lifting that heart. Keeping that breath. And we're not going to sink down into that joint. We're going to keep a nice stretch, feeling it opening in the front of that right thigh, that right groin. But we're going to find a spot where we are able to feel like there is stability in the joint. And inhale, float those arms up to the sky. Gazing up slightly, reaching up. On your next exhale, we're going to take that left arm back, right hand to the outside of the left knee, gazing behind us towards that hand that's extending back. And on your next exhale, taking that breath in, exhale, we're gonna sweep that left hand down towards the floor, following it with our gaze. And then inhale, that left hand up to the sky. Following the fingertips with our gaze, exhale, take that left hand down to the floor, following with the gaze. We're gonna take the right hand down to meet it. And if it's available for you today, we're gonna bend our right knee and reach back with our left hand to grasp the top of the right foot and draw it towards the bottom. With the weight in that right hand, find the stability between the 3 points of contact on the floor. Again, lengthen through the crown of the head. Maybe draw that left shoulder back as you open the front of the chest. Maybe pulling the top of that right foot a little bit closer to the bottom. And release the top of the right foot. Let's take that left hand up and overhead down to the floor. Curling the right toes under, lift that right knee. Keeping that right heel up high, we're going to find the strength and stability in this pose and take the arms back alongside the body. Lengthen through the crown of the head. And then inhale, fly the arms up, pressing into that left foot, left thigh. Good. Nice strong left thigh. Hands lift up, heart reaches up. And exhale, hands down to the mat. Again, press into the hands, lift those shoulders, step that left foot back all the way to downward facing dog. On your next inhale, right leg extends up to the sky. We're going to exhale, looking between the hands, shifting the shoulders and the weight over the hands. Press into the hands, lift and find that height, and step that right foot forward. Between the hands, inhale, lengthen the heart, lengthen the crown. Moment in this high lunge, and then drop that left knee this time. Uncurl the toes. Lift the heart, gazing forward. We're going to have that heel directly below the right knee. Lifting the crown. Again, stability in the joint. We're not just dumping all our weight into the joints of the hips. Let's stack the hands on the right knee. Lifting the heart. Good. And then inhale, arms reach up to the sky. Lifting up, reaching high. A lot of length in the front of the body. And as you exhale, take that left hand to the outside of the right knee. Drive that right arm behind you, reaching, opening the chest, drawing the right shoulder back in the twist. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, we're going to slowly sweep that right hand down towards the floor, following with our gaze. And inhale, right hand comes forward and up. And then exhale, right hand comes down to the floor, left hand meets the right hand. Same thing as on the other side, we're going to bend, if it's available to you today, that left knee, reaching back with the right hand, finding that stability in the 3 points that are on the floor remaining. Draw that right shoulder back. And if you like, gradually pulling the heel towards the bottom As you open the front of the chest, draw that left shoulder back also as you extend that heart towards the ceiling. Release that foot. Take both hands down to the mat. Inhale, lift the heart, lift the gaze. Curl that left toe under and lift that left knee. As you exhale, you're gonna lift the heart a little bit more, staying in the high lunge, keeping the heel off of the floor. Find that strength in the right knee, right thigh, pressing into the right heel, and we're gonna inhale, coming all the way up. Lift that heart, find that strength in the legs, hard pose. And we're gonna open it up and do a twist, left hand to the back or the outside of the right knee, reaching behind you, gazing back. And then taking both hands down to the floor, pressing into the hands, lifting through the shoulders, stepping that right foot back to meet the left. Downward facing dog. Lower the knees to the mat. We're going to inhale. Cat and cow a couple times, lifting the gaze and the crown. Exhale, around the back. Tuck the tailbone, tuck the chin. Inhale, lower the belly. Lengthen through the crown. Exhale, round the back. Tuck the chin, tuck the tail. Inhale, lengthen, and as you exhale, downward facing dog, lift the hips. And looking between the hands, you're gonna hop or step forward to the front of the mat again. And this time, bending the knees so the bottom comes down towards the heels. Draw the shoulders back and inhale. Let's lift those arms up to the sky, big toes touching. Find your balance. Squeeze those inner thighs. And then exhale, take the hands to the heart. You're going to take the right elbow to the outside of the left knee. Notice looking down at the knees, maybe that right knee wants to come further forward than the left. Let's draw that right knee back. Let's keep both of the knees aligned. And press that left hand into the right and really find that opening in the chest. Doing a lot of twists today. Gazing up over that left shoulder. Maybe a little smile. Nice breath. Inhale, center. Exhale, switching sides. Left elbow to the outside of the right, gazing down, check those knees out, make sure they're aligned. Press that right hand into the left palm, open the chest. Draw that right shoulder back. Whew. Look over that right shoulder up to the sky. Good, and then draw it back to the center. Straighten the legs, fold, take a little break. Shake the head out, yes, no. And from here, we're gonna inhale, flat back. Taking the hands together, we're gonna take them at the heart. Bend the knees slightly, and we're gonna shift our weight into the right hand. Or excuse me, that would be impressive. Shift the weight into the right foot. We're gonna slowly begin to pick up that left heel, left toe, and we're gonna draw that knee up, and then shoot that left leg back. Find your balance. If you do need a block or a wall, just to kind of touch on, Draw that chest down towards the floor. Good. If you like, take the arms back behind you at the sides, or shoot them forward to the front. Good, and then slowly lower that left foot down towards the floor. Release the hands, and again, release. Maybe bicycle the legs just a little bit. Good. And heel toe the feet apart so that the edges of the feet are in line with the floor. And you can use your hands to support, begin to drop the bottom towards the floor into this little yogi squat with the elbows on either inside of the knees. Press into the hands and open the heart, draw the chest forward and press the knees away from each other. If it's a little hard for you to have the heels that flat on the floor, if you have a blanket, you can always place the blanket under the heels. Good, and then place the hands down onto the floor, lifting the bottom, heel toe the feet back towards the center. And then taking the palms together, inhale, flat back. Shifting the weight into the left foot, not the left hand, left foot. Bend the knees slightly. Gonna start to lift that right heel, right toe, peeling it off the floor. And then draw that right knee in towards the chest, and then shoot it back behind you. Keeping the hands in prayer, allow them to come alongside the body, or reach out in front, your choice. Good, and then slowly lower that right foot down, folding forward. Gonna heel toe our feet wide again. And we're just gonna do a little Bakasana prep. So placing the hands on the floor, this time our heels are gonna lift up. So our weight's gonna be on the balls of our feet. And as our hands are down on the floor in front of us and our knees are to the outside of our elbows, we're just gonna try to inch those knees up a little bit higher. And then we're gonna stay here, or we're gonna start to shift our weight and feel some of that weight in the hands. If this is where you're at and you just are comfortable with the knees up as high as they could go in the back of the arms, that's okay. If you like, you can begin to lift the bottom and then shifts more of that weight into the hands. So now the knees are up by the armpits, and my pressure is in the hands so much that I can kind of feel the balls of the feet rolling off of the floor. This might be where you stay, or you could take one foot, lift it up, place it down, take the other foot, lift it up, place it down. Maybe you get both feet just for a moment, or you want to hold it, feel free to hold it. Whatever you're comfortable with today. Just a little intro, and lower the bottom down. We're gonna come all the way down onto our bottoms. Doing a bit of twisting today, a little wringing out, maybe detox if you like. So on your bottom, we're gonna take both feet on the floor, soles of the feet on the floor. We're gonna reach under our left foot and we're gonna grab our right and draw that heel towards the opposite sit bone. And then we're gonna step that left foot over the top. This might be where you stay. If you like, you can pick that foot up and try to stack the knees. So if you have the knees stacked and that's comfortable, if one knee is lifted up and you have a blanket, you want to support it with a blanket or something, cushion, your child's sweatshirt, whatever you have laying around. And then the feet can come forward towards the front of the mat. The Gomukhasana resembles the cow's ears.
And we'll take our arms out to the side. We're going to lift our right arm up overhead, and with the left hand, grab the elbow and just gently draw it towards the center line, opening the back of the arm. You can stay here, or if it's available, with that right hand pointing down towards the midsection of the back, down the spine, take that left hand out, thumb facing down, and you can reach it and try to clasp your hands behind you. If you can't quite reach and you have a towel or your other child's sweatshirt, you can use to grab each end and feel this stretch. This might be where you stay, or if you like, begin to slowly fold forward. And inhale, if you're leaning forward, come forward, up, lifting up high. Release the hands slowly and hugging them in to the center. Give yourself a nice little hug, massage the arms all the way down. And just for funsies today and every day, but this is especially fun, we're going to rock forward so that you take your hands down to the floor. And it might seem a little awkward at first. Give it a try. It's kind of fun. And you're going to push up with your feet so that you come up onto your feet, and you're going to walk your hands to the right, keeping your feet where they are, walking them all the way around behind you, and then coming back to the front and sit down. And magically, the opposite knee is on top. So again, if you have a little space and you'd like, place something between the knees for comfort. Maybe walk the feet a little bit further away from the body towards the front of the mat. Inhale, arms open to the sides. Taking the left hand this time up to the sky, bending the elbow, clasping the elbow with the opposite hand to draw it in towards the center. You may stay here. This might be enough of a stretch for you. If you like, you can take the right hand, thumb pointing down to the floor, sweep it around the back and clasp the fingers. Staying here, or take a deep breath in and allow yourself to fold forward. And then if you're folded forward, inhale, coming up. And slowly release the hands. Good. Placing them on the floor, we're going to unwind the feet. Make sure there's space behind you. Rock and roll onto your backs for a moment. And hug the knees into the chest. I'm going to place the hands on the knees. And as you straighten the arms, feel the sacrum pressure build a little bit as the different surface of the lower back and the sacrum adjust. Maybe draw the knees back in, rock from side to side. Feel that sacrum. Maybe the lower back comes up. Try to tuck that lower back and drive it down towards the floor. Just explore this movement for a moment. Good, and then we're going to take our right leg straight up to the sky. And we're going to take the left leg and let it hover just above the mat, so it's not quite touching. Inhale, take the arms both up overhead. And as you exhale, you're going to lift both shoulders off of the floor. Take the left hand across to the outside of the right leg. And then inhale, arms extend above the head. And then
The left leg comes up, right leg comes down, hovering above the floor. Exhale, both shoulder blades come off of the mat. We're gonna take the hands, the right hand to the outside of the left leg. Inhale, legs come to center, arms up overhead. Exhale, that left leg comes down, shoulder blades lift up, hands come across the body. Inhale, center. And we're gonna switch sides on the exhale. Inhale, center. Exhale, switching sides. Inhale, center. Exhale, switching sides. Center. Exhale. I forgot which side we started on. We might just have to do, I don't know, a couple more. Exhale, switching sides. Exhale. Inhale, center, and this will be the last one. Ending on this side, exhale, across the body. And then inhale, arms up overhead, both legs straight up to the sky. Arms reaching up overhead. If the hands can be clasped, a couple fingers holding the hands, that's okay. If that's too much on the shoulders, maybe take the hands apart and roll the shoulder blades back and down. Keep those legs lifted. Slight bend in the knees if you need. Good. And then exhale, take the soles of the feet down to the floor a little further than hips distance apart. With the arms up overhead, we're going to inhale, press the feet into the mat and lift the hips up to the sky. Kind of rolling back onto the shoulders a little bit. And then exhale, slowly lower down to the floor. And as the back reaches the floor, try to take that lower back and drive it into the floor. You might feel a little bit of tension in the lower abdomen, building a little strength in the lower abdomen. And then inhale, try to keep that shape as you lift the hips up towards the sky. And then exhale, slowly lower down, and that lower back is going to drive down towards the floor. Inhale, lift the hips. And this time as you exhale, slowly lower, the arms are going to come down towards the floor as well. Slowly coming all the way down. Good. We're going to lift that right leg straight up to the sky, and we're going to inhale, lift the hips again. This time you can use the hands to help balance. As you press the hands into the floor, the hips lift, that leg is straight. Exhale, slowly lower down. Inhale, press the hands into the mat, lift the hips, reaching that foot up towards the sky, and slowly coming down. Inhale, hips lift. Really extend those hips up, use that core, press the hands into the mat and slowly come down. Take the sole of the right foot down to the floor. We're going to let the knees fall in towards one another and take a few centering breaths. And then extending the left foot up to the sky. Pressing into the sole of the right foot. Inhale, lift the hips up, use the hands if you need, pressing up. And exhale, slowly lower down. Inhale, press into that foot, lift the hips. And slowly coming down, vertebra by vertebra. Inhale, press the hips up, sole of the foot comes up. And exhale down. Lower that left foot down to the floor. Hug the knees into the chest. And as you inhale, lift the forehead towards the knees. Keeping the forehead lifted. Exhale, hug everything in as tightly as you can. Inhale, lower the head down to the floor. Exhale, hug the knees in a little tighter. Good. Keeping the knees together, we're going to take the left hand and then gently let the knees fall to the left. Right arm out to the side, gazing over the right shoulder. Another twist. Inhale, center. And take that right hand to the outside of the left knee. Allow the knees to fall to the side. Both shoulders fixed to the floor, gazing over the left shoulder. And inhale, both knees to the center. We're going to reach between the legs, grab the outer edges of the feet. Happy baby pose. However you like to explore this pose, maybe the knees drive down towards the floor. Maybe the feet come out to the side, legs straight, or knees bent, alternating. Whatever feels good. If there's something you feel you need to experience in your body, another pose, feel free to take that pose. And we're going to draw the knees into the chest, and we're going to tighten up into a ball as tight as you can. We're going to clutch every muscle we have, and then we're going to release into Shavasana, taking that final sweet pose. As the legs extend out on the mat, find a comfortable position with the sacrum. Maybe lift the back and walk the shoulder blades down the back. Allow the hands to be alongside the body, slightly away, palms facing up. And we're going to breathe. Take some deep breaths. We're going to inhale through the nose and send that breath down the body, all the way down to our toes. Exhaling from the toes, all the way up the legs, all the way up the body and out the nose. Inhale the nose to the knees. Draw that breath to the knees, and exhale from the knees, up the body, out through the nose. Inhale the nose to the fingertips, all the way down the arms. Exhale from the fingertips up the arms, out the nose. Exhale all the way and draw the breath in through the nose to the belly button. And from the belly button out the nose, all that stagnant air escapes the lungs as you inhale, this time from the nose into the heart. Exhale, heart out through the nose. And on this next breath, we're going to inhale the whole body, down the toes, fingertips, crown of the head. And with this next exhale, we'll exhale all that breath and release the practice, allowing the breath to flow in and out of the body naturally, releasing into Shavasana. While at home, feel free to stay in Shavasana as long as you like. But as we come out of this practice, we'll bring that breath deeper into the body. Moving the fingers and the toes. Begin to wake the body up. And we'll inhale the arms up and overhead. And allow yourself to roll onto one side. Waiting here, holding this pose. Allow the earth to hold you back. And when you're ready, pressing all the way up to seated position. Thank you for practicing with me today. From my heart, the light shines to each of yours. Namaste.